Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
You are watching 7 at 7, powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the largest news team in Nevada.
New owners take over and are renaming Weiss Deli, one of Las Vegas Valley's oldest delis. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. Still ahead on 7 at 7, a woman accused of drugging and robbing men in Las Vegas is arrested in New Orleans after the death of a news reporter. Plus, Cirque du Soleil lays off more than 100 workers. We'll tell you the company's reason behind the decision.
When your celebration of life is prepaid today, your family is protected tomorrow. With us, you'll find patience, compassion, and attention to detail that is second to none. We're Palm Mortuaries and Cemeteries. Find us at DignityMemorial.com.
Let's get into your top stories. A woman accused of drugging men in Las Vegas is arrested after a news reporter's death in New Orleans. Police say 27-year-old Adon Manzano was found dead in his hotel room in Kenner on Wednesday. That's a suburb just outside of New Orleans. Manzano was an anchor and reporter for Telemundo in Kansas City, Missouri. On Thursday, police say they arrested 48-year-old Danette Colbert, a Louisiana resident who police also say was seen arriving with Manzano at his hotel room the day of his death and leaving without him about an hour later. Police say Colbert used Manzano's credit card at several stores, which they later found at her residence along with Manzano's cell phone. Colbert is facing 4 felony charges, a misdemeanor, and theft charge. Colbert was arrested on accusations of drugging men in their hotel rooms on the Las Vegas Strip, but the attorney who represented her says both cases were later dismissed because the victims did not want to testify in court. And North Las Vegas police releasing the name of a second police officer involved in a shooting last Tuesday. Officer Jason Roscoe and a 25-year-old man died. Officer Luis Macias Venegas was identified by the North Las Vegas Police Department in a press release. Police said officers responded to reports of a person pointing a gun at someone near Lone Mountain Road and Camino al Norte. The suspect, who was armed, ignored officers' commands and an exchange of gunfire ensued, a police press release said. Officer Roscoe was shot multiple times but managed to return fire, according to police. Both Roscoe and the suspect were taken to UMC, where both were pronounced dead. Funeral services for Officer Roscoe are this Thursday. A man who police say shot and killed his girlfriend during an argument on Sunday is set to appear in court this morning. Metro Police say 50-year-old Paul Moore shot his girlfriend inside a residence near the Cimarron Square Mall. Police say when they arrived, they found the woman suffering from an apparent gunshot wound and was later pronounced dead at the scene. The woman's identity will be released later on by the Clark County Coroner's Office. Moore was arrested and booked into the Clark County Detention Center for open murder. Let's get into your entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Trolleys, has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to arizonatrolleys.com to see who's playing. Cirque du Soleil, the city's leading production show company, announcing more than 100 layoffs as part of a significant restructuring, according to sources familiar with the situation. Word came down swiftly on Thursday evening, with one former Cirque employee saying it was brutal. Referred to as the One Cirque initiative, the reported restructuring follows the company's closing of its Blue Man Group show in Chicago and New York in November. And just before the holidays, Cirque also dismantled its Las Vegas fabrication shop, wardrobe shop, and rotational crew. The cuts are not immediately evident on what is staged in Las Vegas. Oh Mystère, Michael Jackson 1, Ka, and Mad Apple will continue to run. No artists or technicians have been affected. Moving on to your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. A mix of clouds and sunshine to start off your Monday morning. Temperatures in the 50s going into the 60s by 12 p.m. with a high around 63 degrees by 3 p.m. Expecting a gusty afternoon. Partly cloudy skies for the rest of the week as temperatures continue in the 60s on Tuesday, dipping into the mid-50s for Wednesday, Thursday, and then back into the 60s the rest of the week. We are expecting a chance of rain on Thursday and Friday morning. Overnight lows will linger in the 40s and 50s. In business news, brought to you by G-Bank, your best banking experience ever. New owners take over one of Las Vegas Valley's oldest delis. Weiss Deli, soon to be Fisher's Deli, has new owners, and they say they're not touching the food because the food works. The husband and wife team took possession of the restaurant on New Year's Day. Both have been customers for years. Those menus will soon reflect the new name, and there will be a new website and an app. There are also plans for a Fisher's Deli sign, new kitchen equipment and tiles, a refresh for the tables and chairs, and new art. And 3 Aldi grocery stores are set to open in the Las Vegas Valley this spring. Store officials confirming the opening timeline in a statement to the Review Journal. Aldi is a low-cost grocery chain that sells mostly private label brands. 3 locations set for the Valley will be on South Rainbow, Mark Street, and West Craig.
Sports brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. It's Heidi Fang here at the Cox Pavilion, where on Saturday the Lady Rebels took home a dominant win, 95-60, the final score over New Mexico. Every player saw time on the court. Coach LaRock spoke on the effort.
I was proud of them for how they were able to execute, and then obviously making some shots and, getting more points on the board. That's always fun.
The Runnin' Rebels also won Saturday 68-57 over Wyoming, snapping a 5-game losing skid. They return to the Thomas and Mack to play Air Force Tuesday at 7 p.m. The Lady Rebs take on San Diego State at home on Wednesday, tip-off at 6:30 p.m.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke a Cigar Shop. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions and a big weekend for betting. How did the books do?
It was another winning Super Bowl for Nevada sportsbooks on Sunday as they won on Philadelphia's 40-22 win over the Chiefs as 1-point underdogs. But the books lost on the total, which went over 48.5 as the Chiefs scored 2 otherwise meaningless touchdowns in the final 3 minutes.
For more winners and losers, check out Todd Dewey's article at lvrj.com. Vegas Station brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. Just 1 season after hosting Super Bowl 58 at Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders and City of Las Vegas have applied to host a second NFL championship game. Both the city and Raiders submitted a letter of intent to the NFL in order to get the ball rolling on potentially hosting a Super Bowl in 2029, 2030, or 2031. That letter of intent is in direct response to the league reaching out to gauge interest of hosting the game during that time frame. In terms of when it will be announced, games are typically announced 4 years in advance.
In health news, brought to you by CenterWell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. The Las Vegas Aces held its first free heart screening event in an effort to bring awareness to the importance of heart health.
This is our second event, collaborating with the Las Vegas Aces. Last year we did about 100 kids, and we were able to find some with heart abnormalities, and a few of them were life-threatening. So this year we're just planning on doing the same thing in greater numbers.
The event brought together many members of the community, including some from other states who have also lost loved ones due to hidden heart conditions.
Most athletes, they're not going to tell you if anything's wrong. They're just going to keep pushing. And I think it's just raising awareness of knowing your body, knowing your kids, and just being aware.
This event is made to ensure young athletes receive the screenings they need to detect heart conditions early. In your 7 at 7 lifestyle news, sponsored by Palms Casino Resort, your Vegas to California connection. Clark County hosted its second annual Puppy Love Adoption event on Saturday. It took place at Silverado Ranch Dog Park on behalf of a Facebook group that started for lost animals in Las Vegas. Several local shelters and rescues were also represented, allowing attendees to interact with dogs needing a forever home. Other businesses and organizations passed out educational materials on how to care for pets. The festival saw hundreds of visitors, including current and prospective pet owners. That's been your 7 at 7 AM News Update. Hit that subscribe button to get alerts when we post breaking news in our 7 at 7 newscast. You can also watch us on other platforms like Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and YouTube. Don't forget to join us tonight for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Knockby Injury Law.